Alrighty. I about to say these voice channels, if he accepted the rules, connect to speak video. Well, there's no soundboard in here. Set that. There we go. Alrighty, now we're back and live. So close that. There we go. Now we're back. I'm not gonna bother with my intro. I had to restart the stream because when I started the stream, I forgot to put the game back to 60 frames because I had it lowered for Forza Horizon 6. So that's my bad. But anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, so we are back once. So I need to get coal cars moving. And I can get other steam locomotives back into ops. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go forward. I'm a couple to this long line. Or at least move. I'm at least gonna move past the switch. Flip. Reverse. Now we're gonna go back. Because we're pretty much now at the point, since I've done a ton of work off camera. This is the first time I stream this. But we're back. And we pretty much now have the entire line to Bryson open. So I have the passenger train staying up there. As we are getting... Oh, nope. Yard. So we pretty much have the entire line of Bryson. Where now I am working on getting coal cars into position so that I can refuel most of these locomotives. I have logging operations that need to be done up in Whittier. Pretty sure there are a few. So let's see, Whittier. What I'm gonna do, because I see a few cars back there that are set for Whittier. So what we're gonna do is split this consist forward. So we're kind of just gonna split the train. So we are starting on day 7. I will say now, the money that you see here was modded, yes. Because with the people that were joining, it was just getting harder and harder to continue to push on. So what I'm pretty much gonna do, I'm a little bit way past my switch. We're going to flip that. We're going to reverse it. And so we're going to bring my locomotive back. We're going to pull out the next set and we're just put them on this middle line and just push them back. And I'm going to put all the Whittier cars on this inside line. Oh wait, I forgot to flip that switch. Whoopsies. Down 0 real quick. Oh yeah, that would have been bad if I had tried to move those. My hate is that most of the time when you get these freight cars, the bearings are so oiled down that just makes it harder to do things. So now we're going to reverse, keep that reversed. Now we're going to back up the consist. Because I need to split the train. So then I have my lower end. I have my lower end down here in Silva. I can take the ones I need to go to Whittier where then I can use number 2 to shunt these newer freight cars. So we're pretty much gonna shunt these back far enough. I should have kept my other locomotive down here, but it's alright. We can technically now get a call. Forward. Now we're gonna go forward. Okay, I'm losing a little bit of frames, but it's not as bad as the first time we go. First go around. So now we're gonna go forward. And we're gonna go move the other freight cars I need. To move, so now we're gonna move those. Alrighty. So pretty much that card's gonna get pushed back. I'll make sure that all these bearings are oiled before I move. God willing. I don't want another hot box situation. Because that would be bad if one of these hot boxed again. Nope. And my camera just said no. And I just wanted to oil up those bearings. Alright, these are my new ones. So they're gonna get split between Whittier, Dillsboro, and oh. Wait, are those going to okay, those are going to Bryson. Sweet. Dillsboro Fuel 1. Yeah, we're pretty much just gonna split the consist from here. Oil up that bearing. Oil up that bearing. So pretty much I'm gonna move half of this consist. Because some are gonna go to Whittier, some are going to stay down here. Alright, back in 6,000. So now we're gonna go. Alrighty. Now let's hook up the airlines. So pretty much what I need to do, these two will go here. Trying to think of how to do this. Because I want to split that. Hi, Blue. Pretty much I want to split that, so we're going with AE Road. And we're going to go forward and pull this half of the consist out. Because my plan is inspect equipment, operations, none. Alright. One's gonna go to Dillsboro. How many do I have? Do I have 4? Inspect, operation, Bryson. Bryson. And then, so that actually works out. So I'm gonna have to split up the consist, but it's fine. How you doing, Blue? Alright, so now we're gonna split this up. Because I got cars that need to go to Whittier, I got cars that need to go to Bryson. Which is at the other end of the line. We're here soon. I'm making the trip up 12 miles worth of track. Now we're gonna back up. Pretty much my plan is to split up the consist, leave the cars that are for down here, and then make the trip up to Dillsboro where I can drop off the 2 coal cars. And that will allow me to refuel this locomotive and then make my way up to the west. To Bryson, so that's my plan. How are we all doing tonight? How are we doing? AE yard. Go ahead and put that into yard mode. I like how it shows the remote, but in my live chat, it just says cat orange whistling for the emote. That is funny. Alright, that coupled up. Alright, alright. Let's actually put in the AE road and back it up. So then I can split the consist one more time. You know, I should have did something different with that timer. I just now thought about it. Alright, so which car do I need to split? So that goes back to Whittier. Silva, Parsons. Alright. Forward. And we'll go forward back 15. Bryson. Inspect, operations done. Unload Dillsboro coaling tower. You know what I should do? Would actually make more sense. Let me do this. Unload. We'll actually switch these two. Nope. Operation. Alright. Reverse. I'm too busy trying to figure that out. I need to flip the switch. Nope. Bring that back. Alright. Alright, we're gonna do this. Inspect, operations, Bryson. There. And then inspect, operation, unload, Whittier. Flip that way, Bill. Grab this one. Inspect, operation, Whittier, reverse. And then inspect, equipment, operation, Dillsboro. Inspection on Dillsboro. So now those are actually set the way I want them to be. AE yard. And so now those are set to the where I want them to go. Because it wouldn't make sense for me to have the Dillsboro old cars when that's my first location I need to go to. Road. We'll take that off. There. Alright, and then all of that can be backed up. So then I can get most of my steam locomotives back in operation. And get this one refueled. Alrighty. Alright, I'm gonna leave those cars there. And I'll come back for them unless someone gets on to help shunt around. But for now, I'm just working solo on the MP server. Alright, backing her up. Alright, now let's go and couple up. Alright. Now let's get out of here. Alrighty, now let's roll out of here. Seems like my OBS is unhappy tonight, but it's fine. Seems like stream's running just fine. So let me see where these cars are going. Alright. So where is it going? Alright, so it's going on that back line. That's perfect. Alright. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to disconnect the consist. Technically speaking, I need to get I could have put these in the back. Actually, I can't put them in the back. I have an idea. Because I need to move these two to the back of the consist so that I can just disconnect them. When I get to Dillsboro, so what I can theoretically do is bring the consist to a stop just right before this switch. Reverse it. Take those. I'm a disconnect. And since this track, what I like about it is that it reconnects. back to the main line, so I can literally shuffle them around and put them in the back. So just leave those down there for a minute. Flip that back so I have it when I come back down. Or then just before the bend, put that at 15. Alright. Let me drop those and go forward. God dang it. One of that red. And then the... There. I messed up on that. I'm back here. Alright, Alright, that's flip. So that's on normal now. And then once I'm done refilling the locomotive, what we're gonna do is couple up to my 2 new diesel locomotives, and they're gonna go all the way to Bryson to be used up that way. Now I have no choice but to go all the way back, grab my consist, and then go all the way back. Reconnect those two just so then they're on the back of the consist. Seems like a lot. Blue, if you're still watching, feel free to hop in the VC if you just want to hang out and talk while I'm doing these 19 million different apps. God. It's gonna suck when the maintenance of way update comes out, because then you're spending more time worrying about the wear on the tracks when you're running these bigger locomotives. Back forward. Got a nice big old freight train. How we doing tonight, chat? There we go. I hate doing 15 for here, but I have to do 15. Now we're just gonna go all the way past that. Whole lot right there. Oh. Trying to go back to where I'm behind this ledge. Now I gotta throw it in the reverse. Good luck. Ah. Did my Discord ping even go off? I don't think my Discord pings. Oh, they did go off. It's just. Got it. Okay. I thought my Discord broke, but it didn't. Going. This locomotive does not like going backwards. There we go. Now let's ride. Now let's ride out of here. Good. Good God. make sure that the line is set going up into Dillsboro. So that line is set. I'm gonna just grab 400 here in a second. We're gonna use 400. I'm pretty much gonna use 400 to get back behind this crossover. That's right here, so that when I come in with this big old train, it's like far enough past where I can just use 400 to shunt the coal cars in the place. That's at least the plan. That's almost ready where I need it. Perfect. Alright, let's bring it back just a little bit more. And then I'm gonna flip that main line switch. Set to go forward once I get past. Alright, any cars up here that need to go? Oh. Keep on going. Technically speaking, I'm gonna have to disconnect 6,000 anyway. But I want to at least bring the consist up past the switch. So that I can unload the fuel car. The coal cars. I don't think I thought this process through, but it works. Alright, so now I gotta flip that switch, take control 400. And put a coal car back there. This is why you keep a spare locomotive nearby. Then you can just use it. But I'm gonna have to back the entire consist up when I'm done. And just get the big fella pulling water. We are working with the early morning hours. I had that disconnected. Alright, now those are good to go. Forward. And I flip that switch and that coal car go in there. Then I'll just move 400 with the other coal car out of the way for now. So while that is doing that, I'm gonna get 6,000 reversed. Technically speaking, I don't even need to move this locomotive. I can slide right on past. I just need to flip that point. And then flip this point back to normal. And there we go. I don't even know if my alerts are working for tonight. Things open. Close that. That might help. And then it's going to take us for that switch. Oh, you know what? I'm doing this the easy way. Instead of fighting with my camera, take over from. Got refuel on coal and water. That's the plan. Hopefully there's enough little room behind that tender for me to slide right on through. Ah, that's close. A little more forward. A little bit more forward. Alrighty. Now that is being fueled up. At least now I have enough coal to fill this thing back up and make that long trip to Bryson. After I make another stop in Whittier and drop these cars off. At this point, it would just be helpful to have someone working in Silva and then up in Whittier, and then I can finish the trip to Bryson. Well, Whittier and Connolly Creek. Alright. And then you I can stow away. And now we're going to refuel. Let's uncall. Drop. Perfect. There we go. Now we're fueling up. And then we'll back up and recoup this. And then I'm also going to grab those diesel locomotives while I'm at it to take to Bryson. Because I want those two yellow diesels to be up in Bryson. Because next run I'm going to do is going to be bringing diesel fuel, which I need to split them up. There's 4, so probably one location's gonna end up having 2 tanker cars full of diesel fuel. How is this? Gonna pull out these bearings so then they're good. $15 tons of Now we can move to Whittier and Bryson. Now that this locomotive is fueled. Alright, let's roll out. There we go. Now we roll it. On to Whittier. How we all doing? Well, that is running up the line. I'm doing edit to my bot. I might just cuss. Just a little bit. There we go. Now we can go back to the cinematic view of the locomotive. I had to do an edit to a timer. Alright, nobody has joined up. I think next trip I do, going back down, will be to grab the locomotives I want to take up to Bryson. Because I need a shunter locomotive and 2 diesel locomotives. And one of those 2 engines that's sitting in Dillsboro is gonna go to Bryson. Because I already have a small shunter diesel, which is perfect for Dillsboro and Silva. Probably gonna have to get another locomotive. For that. But pretty much in this train we have these signals that's going to go up for the first portion of the line for Bryson to Whittier, and then we're gonna do part 2 from Whittier to Silva. So then we'll have full automated switching. So it'll be awesome to find someone who actually knows how to run the dispatching side of Railroader, because that's gonna be a bit complicated. Oh, pretty much. Where am I at? I am coming up through Barkers. Alright. So what I'm gonna need to do is when I get to Whittier, alright, I'm gonna go to the inside line. Or past where 2 is sitting. And drop off and break up the concept. So pretty much Bryson is 9 miles up the line now from where I'm at. Now we're pretty much just running up the entire line. I know what I could actually theoretically do, now that I think about it, is actually keep that line open, but I'm gonna flip that switch. And I'll just back in the first piece of the consist and then disconnect. I think it's what I'll do. Theoretically speaking, I can probably run at 35. So I'm gonna have to throttle a little more. With that engine. need to make sure that my alerts are on. So pretty much, I'm just gonna run a quick alert move. Get to. Okay, so that does work. It's just being stubborn. I was making sure that my alerts were working. Because I was wondering why they haven't gone off this evening. But it's working. How y'all doing tonight, guys? Passing through. Something just dinged and I don't know what dinged. Interesting. I heard something from the stream, but I don't know if it was an alert or something else. That's my watch going. Alright, let's put that down to 30. And I'll slow it down as I get into Whittier. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful Friday night. Chilling, relaxing, got your popcorn. Or whatever snack items that you have. We are now going to be pulling into Whittier here shortly. Yep, now we're passing out through Conklin. We have like so many gears to move, so much shunting to do as well. I also need to get passengers rolling once more. So much green and lush. Let me go ahead and change up the weather. There we go, get some clouds up into the sky. I'm not gonna make it rain. I do want to switch it up to where it's not just all clear skies. I wish this had dynamic weather. But anyway, if anyone is interested in joining, I have created a brand new Discord just for a Railroader, which is a split off from the Cranky Gamers Guild. So if anyone's interested in joining, there should be a link for it in the chat from earlier. It's actually, technically speaking, it's my first run to Bryson. Alright, let's go ahead. 15. As we come into Whittier. So we're gonna bring it into the inside siding. So pretty much what I'm going to do is that once I get it through the inside siding, I'm going to disconnect the two coal cars and I'm going to slide them in front of number 2. We're going to have a lot of shunting to do. I'm pretty sure I have some cars up here that's ready to get sent down to Silva. Let's go in. So what is... Oh, now my Reddit post's getting some attention. Alright. There we go. I'm wondering if I can just push them, give them a little bit of push, and then open the coupler. Kind of like what they do on the actual railway. They should shunt themselves. They shouldn't be going too fast. Ah. That didn't work. Should have moved that a little bit faster. Whoopsies. Okay, that did not work. Alright, let's try 8 road. Let's go and back her up and then reconnect her. Whoopsies. At least it didn't knock the tender off. Don't need to go in the shaft soon anyway. Alright, let's not try that again at 10 miles an hour. I'll probably do that a little bit slower. But it seemed like a bright idea at the time. It was not. So, lesson learned, don't shove the coal cars at 10 mile an hour and open up the coupler. While at 10 mile an hour, it's probably best to do it at a lower speed. Alright. Now let's get number 6000 reconnected to the consist. Because I have learned a valuable lesson. Dear Lord. Even I make mistakes sometimes. But that one was just sheer stupidity. I will laugh if somebody clipped that. Alright, let's go back forward. At least it wasn't this behemoth that went off the track. Oh, I need to bring number 1 back up here. I think the next one I'm going to do is going to be bringing up the locomotives from Dillsboro to Bryson. I think that's going to be the next plan. I have like so much shunting to do to where I don't even know if I'll be able to get to the passenger. Because I need to move logs and keep the logging operation going. I'm just short-handed with this. I do have a multiplayer server open. I'm going to try the coupler thing again. But once it gets up to 5 miles an hour, I'm going to open up the couplers. Let's see how well that works. Because hopefully they have enough momentum to just slide into that little sighting. Or do you have enough momentum? I'll be shocked if this actually generally works. I think I should have went back a little bit further than released. Alright, nah. That doesn't even have enough momentum. They're literally about to stop. Okay, I managed to get half of them in. Then what we'll do is recouple up. And then what we'll do is recouple up, give forward, and then release the coupler again, and then launch back forward. Because I was so close. If I gave it just a little bit more momentum, I think it would have been fine. Alright, now those can roll back. Hopefully those stop. I also find out the aftermath when we come back. I hope those don't derail. I'll check them anyway. Mr. Blue Fox is getting on Ghost of Tabor. I need to get on Ghost of Tabor. They stop. No, they're still rolling. Please stop rolling. I hope they don't roll back to hit that switch. I really hope not. I didn't even give them that much oomph. Now I can get her back up to 25. I hope those cars stop rolling. I really bloody do. Technically speaking, I need the main line. All the way to Bracing. There we go. Those guys are still being unloaded. Hold on. I'm gonna break on one. And that is still good. I'm surprised that hasn't been emptied yet. So I don't really have anything to do here in Whittier, which is surprising. Might as well check Ella while I'm up there. Technically speaking, I need to get the passenger cars. Get them maintenance soon. How are we all doing, chat? Okay, chat. Alright. I gotta go retrieve a dog, but you guys can keep an eye on 6,000 while it's running up the last 4 miles up the line. I will step away for half a second. How we all doing, chat? How are we doing? Oh, you know what? I think I need another locomotive. Let me select. Okay, yeah, this can make the trip. And both of those need moved. Okay. I was not expecting all the coal to go in. But we're gonna send 400 up the line. So now I'll make sure that the track is straight all the way for 400. And we're gonna send 400 up the line. Pretty much 400 will be the shunter deck there for Silva. But wait, why did the others? Whatever. Strange things are happening. Alright, so now 400's gonna make its way all the way up here to Bryson, so it can be used for shunting. So once we get up here, we're just gonna sit and clearly wait. Wait, what, blue? Alright. Let me restart with my explanation before I lost train of thought. 400, Locomotive 400 is making its way up to Bryson. Once it gets up here, it's going to be the shunting locomotive for the yard until I can get my diesel tankers back. Which isn't until 6 a.m. the following morning. Or else I would move the 2 diesel locomotives I also want up here. But those aren't going to move for a very long minute. Theoretically speaking, that's the plan. Because I am practically waiting for my shunter locomotive to make its way up the line. Because I don't have anyone else on right now that can help me. Or else I'd have someone sorting out the cars down in Silva, and then somebody in Whittier sorting out those cars and getting Connolly Creek sorted. Where I have like so many operations where I can only pick to do one thing at a time. But it's possible to do everything. It's just gonna take several hours to do everything. So it might be a very long night ahead. So I guess that's gonna be the plan now. Again, keep needing to readjust my chair a little bit. Alright, now we're coming through Gov Island. Alright, let's go in the first person view for a little bit. How we all doing, chat? I'm just gonna use my alt account because that's why I didn't pay attention on it. How we all doing, chat? Now let me check on 400. Where are 400s at? I think it should be. It's making its way up through Parker's now. It's gonna be like another 15-20 minutes before it even gets up here. there's one of the branch lines. I find it funny that the two other places have just a giant coal loader. And then there's just Whittier with the little itty bitty coal loader. Alright, so while we're pulling in. So Bryson FR1 is over on that line. Where's... Most of these just go all the way over on that line, and then these go all the way over there. So now we've made it to Bryson. And then here's a 1900 just chilling. It's pretty much just waiting for its call. Actually, we'll pull up past the switch. Pull it right up alongside the counterpart. There we go. Now I'm just waiting up here in Bryson. How full are you? Oh yeah, you're okay on coal and water. I could probably run this. Let me check. 96. Alright, this train I could probably run back down the line whenever number 400 gets up here. What I can do, you know what? While I'm actually thinking about it, let's actually back up and go onto a siding so that I'm not clogging up the main line. Because what I'm going to theoretically do Alright, let's move 1900 back a little bit. Go and move her back. And now we can go forward with 6,000. We'll go forward. So what we're going to do is essentially cross over. There we go. So it's just going to be a double crossover. Because I'm going to back it into the yard and split the yard. So now Flip that. Go in reverse. Alright. Where's 400? 400 is now entering. Alright. We're gonna split that switch. And we're gonna send 400 onto that line. But for this consist, we're gonna flip it. And move it onto that inside line. And we're just gonna split it right down the middle. Because apparently, all 4 of those are going right onto this inside line. So now we're just gonna split it. Where these cars will get delivered as soon as I have a shunting locomotive up here. And then these are going to get emptied and then immediately taken back down the line. So I'm not even going to go anywhere, but I will flip this locomotive around. Somehow if I have to. Which will probably be best for going down the other way. Flip. Reverse. There we go. How we doing, chat? I think what I'm going to do is just move that out of the way. And I'm going to just throw on that little inside line out of the way. So we're just going to throw it all the way onto that itty bitty back line. There. I can leave. 6,000 right there, and leave her in manual. All right, let's see. Where's 400 at? It'd almost be. All right, here comes 400. So it is just now passing through Whittier. So we're gonna be waiting here a second. But I am gonna hop out of this locomotive though. I'm going, yeah, while I'm waiting, it should be up here in like 5 minutes. While we're waiting, we're gonna go and move 1900 in a position to refuel before I restart the passenger. Yeah, because I need to cross over to get to the shed. Which switch? Oh, it's that switch. Huh. And then we'll do. Actually, no. We're gonna keep that on reverse. So keep that like that. And reverse that switch. And then we're gonna reverse that switch. There we go. Go ahead and speed it up. You know what I do need is another bigger locomotive. So then I can just set up a double header for passenger. These. I accidentally forgot about this switch. I thought I had it set. Nope. I got backup. What I like about Bryson is that it's a bigger than Dillsboro. So technically, oh, it's not gonna fit on the turntable. Yeah, I think I'm at the point where I can't turn this locomotive around because it's so big. I take. Gonna back her up. I don't think there is much coal in there. But oh, there's plenty of coal in there for a start. Sweet. I thought there was no coal up here, but I was wrong. Blue, I will bite you. Don't tempt me. Or bite your... Why don't you go bite your girlfriend? Pretty sure she'll enjoy that. This is why this is the passenger locomotive. When do I need to maintenance you? You're still fun, actually. The only one dilemma is I can't flip this locomotive around. So it's just gonna be going forward and backward. Because I don't think the turntable is big enough for this. Where's... Okay. 400 is in LN, should be here by the time I get this thing back around. I mean, I'll try it's on the turntable, but I don't think it will. There we go. Right there. Yeah, no, this is not going to work on the turntable. Eh? Do I try it? Ah, dang it, my phone's nearly dead, and that's not good. Well, Blue, it looks like no one's knocking you off your throne for top fans. So, theoretically speaking, this isn't even going nowhere. Also, why do I have a... As I what? Alright, that's taking a second to fill. Alright. That should stop that locomotive. Dang, it barely burned any coal on the way up. Damn. That's pretty impressive. Oh no, I was wrong. This is the Mastodon. I thought this was the other locomotive I was looking at. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and slow her down to 15. And she's just gonna come into the yard. Alright, please tell me you're done filling. Alright, let's go and back her up. I burned through 8 tons of coal just to fill up this locomotive. But that's not bad, especially now that I'm gonna go ahead and get her running all the way down to back down to Silva. And at least get passengers rolling. And I'm gonna move them onto the main line. Alright. Gonna oil these bad boys up. I think probably after the next 2 passenger runs, there and back, I'll probably put these in for maintenance. We're going to get timetable. Edit timetable. Till next week. What do you mean till next week? Alright. so I need the eastbound. Bryson. Departure is going to be 0825. At 0825. I meant 20. And clear timetable. Load predefined turntable. Okay. East. Alright. So approach we're worried about this time. Arrival at 0820. And then she should be at Silva by 9:05 a.m. Alright. Fly. That is set. Oh, there's 400. You are on the wrong track. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop 400. Equipment, train crew, passenger, east. So now she's going to be set to leave Bryson at 8:25 a.m. Alrighty. I don't even have to worry about this locomotive. I just need to change the points. Alright. Reverse. Dear Lord. Wait, she away till next week. Oh yeah, I forgot your girlfriend's in where? Harry? She didn't take you with you? Take you with her? Fuck. English is not a thing anymore. Technically speaking, I don't even need that switch. I need this switch. Hey, Blue, you need a baguette? Alright, Cole can wait a second. Because I'm in non-dire need of coal immediately. Go forward. First past the train's gonna run. Here in 5 minutes. Alright. Hopefully I don't need to go out onto the line. I am gonna... Oh, normal position is to go into that. So what's the normal position over here? So I need this switch to be reversed. There we go, I had the wrong switch turned. Alright, let me make sure that 1900, when it takes off, select. So now 1900 is good to go. I wanted to make sure that its speed was set. I even fit all 4 freight cars into that line. Because they all go in the same slot. Just barely. Can I get this 4th one? Nah, just barely. So what's gonna suck is that they made that entirely way too short. Especially for 4 cars. So this one's there. It's just gonna have to wait until that gets unloaded. And then put it in. So that's that is gonna be slightly delayed, which is gonna suck. Oh, there goes 1900. There goes the passenger train. 03 out of 60. There's not many people getting on. There goes my passenger train. So now she's on her way all the way down the Silva. All you hear is the echo of that locomotive as she's going all the way down the line. Pretty much what I'm going to do is empty out these cars. They're going to take a few minutes to actually empty out. And then once they're empty, they're going to go all the way back down the Silva. Which I will just take 6,000 and go back to Whittier and just park it out of the way. There's so much to do, and I haven't even made a dent in anything that I need to do. Alright, which switch is against me? That switch is where I need it. That's straight. Straight, turn, turn, and then flip, and then alright, there we go. Alright, those are just gonna be shunting. That's just gonna get emptied out. Alright, well, that's doing that. 6,000 is fine up here for now. I'll come back for it in like in a little bit. Now I'm gonna teleport myself. EP up. Whittier. I would jump down here to Whittier. So that car is still fine. Those I haven't even needed to move since I put them there on day 2. They just sit there. So now I'm gonna work with number 2. I still need to go retrieve number 1. Come all the way down here. Email. Gmail makes no sense, but okay. Alright, number 2, let's put you to work. I need to bring its counterpart back up here. Yeah, it's pretty much just gonna be a long night. Because not only do I have to sort out Whittier, I also need to sort out Conley Creek. Because I have outstanding log cars that need to be shuffled and moved. at this point, you know what? Hang on. Where's number 10? Black. Are you full? Hi. What I'm gonna do, let's go ahead and get you going. We're going to get number 10 rolling. So then it can bring those log cars back down. And I'll go get the empty log cars and bring them back into the yard. Where's 19? And 1900 is stopping in. Ella, it should be down here to Whittier in 5 minutes. 1 minute late. That's alright. Alright, now I'm gonna go get those empty log cars and get them out of here. At least now there's plenty of coal to go through. And it should last a while. I forget there's like only like 5 of these cars. No, wait. Why are there only 3 from L1? Let me guess, the other 2 are saying up they're fully loaded. Because there should have been 5 for L1. Okay, whoever was the last one to touch my logs did a really bad job. Because, good lord. They did a bad job. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish up my operation here in Whittier, and then I'm gonna end the stream for the night. But I'm gonna go live early tomorrow morning, continuing our railroad operation. because I'm actually enjoying live streaming this. There's a lot of moving gears. So pretty much what I'm gonna have to do is actually hang on. I have an idea. Go back forward. What I'm gonna do is actually slip number 2 into the siding, and then once I get 10 back here, it needs to come refuel on coal and water anyway. I'll just slip number 2 in, and then these cars can go back to L line 1. And then I'll bring number 10 back down. Because I need these, thankfully, to stay in the front of the locomotive, so I need to put it in front of number 10. So I'm going to drag those down that line. First that point. Go back forward. Hopefully I can do this quick because that's loading on passengers. Alright, this is gonna be risky. As long as 1900 does not... Ah, shit. Alright, 1900 is moving. Wait. Hang on. I might be able to time this right. Because that needs its momentum. Boom. Alright, that worked. That was actually, like, close. Oh, hey, there's Wyatt. I was wondering when he had to get on. You can take care of Silva while I finish taking care of Whittier. That is actually perfect timing. Because I'm pretty sure there's some other cars down there that need help with. There goes 1900. That was actually perfect timing with the switch. Because I'm like, is it going to pull out? And I started having this in reverse and it needed. He's like, when did we have 2 more? Like, they're just sitting there until I can come retrieve them. Like, bro. They're for Bryson, they're just sitting there. Alright, I just need to make sure. Huh. Alright. Pretty much the plan is I'm gonna go back down there later. Oh. Forward. We're gonna flip that. Make that normal. Because whoever did this logging line last completely screwed up how I had everything organized. Actually, let me go forward just a little bit more. Alright, that should be sufficient. And then we'll go and decouple. So while number 2 shunts back down there, I'll flip that line and reverse that line. I'm trying to keep everything running while passengers are running. Freight's also running. Forward. Now we're going back forward. Because these cars should have never been moved from that spot up in Conley Creek. But I'm gonna back this up so that I can get coal and water. I thought it was directly underneath. Alright, let's go ahead and swing this out. Alright, he should be busy down there for a little while. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure all these bearings are good. Because pretty much once we're done fueling this up, now we're just gonna back it up. We're just gonna top off the tender with water. Now we can put it back into AE road. 20. Back up the line. Back to L1. And I don't even have to think about it again. Now we're back in with number 2. I just need to make sure that I keep the main line open, because I will probably send 1900 back up to Bryson when it's done with its first circuit. Alright. Now the main line can stay open. Hit a road. Theoretically speaking, I need to pull those out, so then the new ones can go. So then the new one can go in. I need to plug my phone in before it's 100% dead. I forgot I switched that point. I think what I can do is, yeah, I can put it all the way on that inside line. You should have saw the amount of cars I was in Silva this morning. I had maybe like all 3 lines filled with just freight cars. Okay, those cars did stop. But I'm gonna have to go all the way around to get them. I'm gonna try something. What I'm gonna try to do is do That car is... I hope that car stops rolling. The fact that I released it at 5 miles an hour, it's still rolling down the track. Lots of physics really does apply. Holy shit. So theoretically speaking, I'm a couple up to them, but I'm gonna bring them forward. I'm gonna try my little trick again, but I'm gonna try to release them before it hits the switch. Without derailing anything. I'm not gonna bother with the airlines. Guard. AE road forward. Because I'm gonna try to roll them forward. Well, we're gonna see if my trick worked. Because theoretically speaking, if you give them a little bit of momentum, I know that's what I'm doing. I'm trying a little trick. What I'm doing is I coupled up to them, gave them a little bit of momentum, so then they would just slide into that siding. Then I can roll back and recouple up to the back of them. I'm just hoping I gave it enough momentum to slide right in. Which actually seemed to be quite effective. Yeah, that actually worked. I'm impressed. Who says logic outweighs stupidity? Where's 1900 at? Alright, I'm saying 1900 down the line to finish in Silva. Why does this sound like a... Wait, say that completely again. Why does that sound like a... Well, you try to say that's one way to do it. Sometimes I do crazy shit, and that's one of the things. But sometimes the laws of physics actually work. I mean, you have to admit, that was actually effective. It's just about timing. I tried it earlier, and I accidentally derailed too. Which was a complete accident. But it was just funny how it worked out. It's funny how sometimes logic just fights back. But it's also, at this point of the night, my brain is just running out of ideas. So now I'm just doing crazy things, but it's still getting done. It might not be the right way to do it, but it's still a way of doing it. But as soon as 19... Well, actually, hang on. I'm gonna do the timetable here in a second for 1900. Yeah, I tried that last night when I played on... That's right before the Switch. Yeah, I mean... It's probably the best idea that it's literally just about timing. But real quick, I'm gonna set up this timetable. So I need to set it for 19. So we're gonna do 9 20 for 1900 to make its return trip back to Bryson. But I just find that funny how sometimes that idea works, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of depends. Hindenburg, there it is. Good lord, why does people have to have usernames of tragic history event? Like, why do you have your name as the Hindenburg? No offense, but why? Just why? Yeah, that goes without saying. Jeez Louise. People join, they don't say anything, and then they immediately leave. It's like, what's the point of you joining if you're just gonna vanish. Alright, so we're gonna leave this car here for just a second. Because I'm gonna pull those two out so then this one can get slid in. Oh, that's a bigger canola cart too. Alright, let me clear these out. So they're not just staying on the screen the entire time. But anyway, Wyatt, how was your day, man? I've been at this for what, 3 hours? And most of it was just getting cars up between Whittier to Bryson and refueling my Bay Locomotive. I'm just happy now just to slide into the weekend. Starting off a very lame Friday night stream. I've pretty much been chilling. Most of my day has actually been on Railroader. I've been on it for maybe 50% of my day. Where I finished days 5 and 6. Finally, logs are getting shuffled going through again. And right at Silva Depot. So now, before I continue, let me go ahead and get 1900 select. That 95%. Now try and take timetable forward. It should be departing Silva. Yeah, we'll do. Alright, so 1900 will depart. Will depart Silva at 9:20 for its return trip. So 1900 is going to just go straight back to Bryson here in a few minutes. So then it'll be completely out of your way. It's going to go back to Bryson and just sit on the main line next to the station, which is the best place for it. So just keep an eye out for that passenger train when it pulls out. Oh, you're good, man. I was thinking about wrapping up the stream, but I'm like, you know what? I've got nothing better to do tomorrow, so I'll go as late as I can. I'll end this stream, and then I'm going to be back on first thing in the morning. I would say maybe around 9:30. 9:30 Mountain Standard Time is what I'm thinking. Alright, 1900 will be out of your way, so just keep an eye out for it. If you're on that line near Silva. But you know what? This has been some good content, though. I mean, I've had one goof up tonight, and then the others is just accidentally forgetting to swap over the switches. So I'm kind of laughing at myself. Did you happen to grab the coal cars that were sitting in Dillsboro to get back to the interchange because now you have plenty of coal to run in Dillsboro for a while. So as long as those coal cars keep getting cycled out, that silo will stay full of coal. You know what I do need to do? I need to get to number 10. 10. Select. I need to uncouple it. Alright. So for whoever does vlogs next time, make sure you're grabbing all the cars for line 1 instead of just leaving like 3 in the siding. Because I want all these together, not separated. Alright, so now number 10's gonna make its return trip. Alright. Now we're gonna flip that switch. And flip that. So now number 10's gonna make its return trip back down here. So that when those logs are emptied, I can just keep logs going. I think what I need to do is so future line next time he's on to make sure A, he checks the bearings on these freight cars, and 2, not to separate the log cars. Yeah, there's some cars you need to take in the yard. I mean, I don't think there's any for up here. I took all the ones marked for Whittier and Ella. Not for Whittier and Bryson. Alright. I'm about to say there shouldn't be any down there that I need to take, but I'll come take a look in a second. Or is shortly whenever I'm done with my Whittier operation. Oh, well, the thing is, though, you need to go to Dillsboro anyway because there's 2 coal cars that need to be moved from Dillsboro to Silva anyway. So why not just kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Since you gotta go up there and shunt anyway. Guys, I need to go back up to... Guys, I gotta go back up to Bryson. I too can go back into the shed because I don't need it right now. Did that when I was taking the diesel car. I took the coal cars with me. Yeah, what I'm saying is that since there are cars that needs to go to Dillsboro, take the new cars to Dillsboro. Because one's for the engine shed, which goes right where the coal cars are sitting, and there's ones for the fuel. Alright. Flip. And flip. I'm gonna be eventually making my way back down that way. But I've got to finish my operation over here. Yeah. How about that? I've got so many gears turning up here. Ooh. At this point, I am just trying to stay awake a little bit longer. Just so that I can finish doing what I gotta get done on this western end of the map. But the only thing is, there's no fast forwarding time. Since passengers are on the move. So these probably are going to take a long ass while. But 10 can just sit and be pretty. Alright. I need to move forward because I can't get out. There we go. Alright, two, you can sit in the shed. I need to bring your counterpart back up here. Now I'm jumping to Bryson. Alright. I would say one of these cars. Yeah. Alright. Good thing I came back up here. Because I'm going to have 3 more cars to bring back down. I think what I might be able to do is set it to go forward 5 miles an hour. Hopefully I give it enough momentum. Knock it forward. Alright. Oh, I hope that stops rolling. Oh, that's getting bad. Please stop rolling. Thank God for handbrakes. This diesel is ridiculous. I've only burned through 5 gallons this whole time. I mean, that's a pretty good diesel locomotive. I'm pretty impressed. Especially with the tanker fuel comes in the following morning anyway. So it's a good thing. The SD7s are just going to sit there until those come in. Or I'm going to bring 6,000 back down with some cars for the interchange. But I think this cooling tower up here is nearly full anyway. It's at 115. I'm gonna be shocked if it empties out that car as well. Guys, it's just gonna get coupled to the back of my big locomotive. Yeah, I think this is going to be empty before I even roll out of here. I feel like I would just put the needle into the haystack. Wait, which switch is it again? I have a switch against me. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna just put a nail in the coffin. Holy shit. Yeah, that's gonna be empty. That car's gonna be empty here in a minute. $59 tons. Oh, direct bullseye. How full is this going to be? So 82, so there's about 55 tons left. That's at like maybe 90% full. Well, at least I know I have plenty of coal for Whittier and Bryson for now. But I do need to bring another locomotive just up here just to have. But that's gonna be a tomorrow problem. I'll just leave 6,000 right there for now. Good lord. Alright, so this fills up to what? 145 tons of fuel. We're gonna go ahead and just back 6,000 back to its spot for now. How's 400 will go ahead and top off. So I guess I'm gonna just top off these two locomotives. We need to get the interchange moved to Bryson soon. Hang on. So those can only be switched. Yeah, Bryson has a bigger interchange. But like some like coal always has to go to Silva. How about say, I'll see what I can do about switching the interchanges. But I think Silva is the primary interchange. I don't know if I can swap. No, this locomotive ain't bad. Yeah, which milestone? Now, I will say we have. Wait. Railman. Santana. Oh, never mind. I read the numbers wrong. I was confused. Alright, so 1900. Okay, so each of these coal towers holds 150 tons of coal. Oh, there's a fucking fly in here. Dang, 1900 is just running late. But it said 1 out of 1 completed in there. Uh, yeah, I was say I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I think I'm gonna wrap things up because I am starting to get pretty tired. To the point where I can't think anymore. So I'm gonna go and put this engine into the shed up here. And pretty much just wait until 1900 comes up here. And I fell off the turntable. Lovely. But this has been a almost 4 hour. So when's next stream gonna be then? Well, I do plan on once I get up in the morning and I wake up a little bit after I get my coffee, I'm gonna do an early morning stream. But I don't know if it's gonna be this or something else. But I think what I'm gonna do for an early morning stream in the morning is that I'm thinking of actually this wouldn't be a bad idea for a morning stream. Or do a Euro Truck Simulator 2. But I have like a bunch of games I could do for a morning stream. So I'll just figure out which one I want to do. Actually, you know what? I'll just do this for a morning stream. Because it's going to take a couple more hours to do what I'm doing. Or I might do construction sim or something. But I've spent the majority of my day on this. So I'm thinking about Euro Truck Simulator 2. Because I actually have never streamed that, so it'll be something I'll stream. Or I'll be probably live on my Twitch in the morning. Or continuing on a... But pretty much 400 will now be in head. We're going to close those stall doors. And then I'm going to send the turntable back around. Honestly, I'm going to actually ask, what do you think I should do for a morning stream? Should I continue with Railroader? Do Euro Truck Simulator 2? Or some or getting back into doing Construction Sim 2022. Huh. Well, I think I'm a stick for the YouTube. But I think my plan will be because I just want to do something chill in the morning. Like Railroader is pretty chill, but it also requires a lot of thinking. So I'm kind of deciding if I want to do Construction Simulator 22 or Euro Truck Simulator 2, American Truck Simulator, or something fun and goofy. Oh, I've watched 2 of your streams ever. Well, actually, I'll do Euro Truck Simulator 2 because I've never streamed that. It'll be some fun to stream, and I just whacked a fly. Funny how ADHD happens. Get out of here, fly. Is that a fly or is that a bee? I'm concerned. Hey, Google, set light 1 to white. what the hell is flying around my room? Because that's concerning. I just... What the hell? I don't realize. Uh, yeah, I'm just waiting for 1900 to arrive up here in Bryson before I end the stream. Which it's almost up here. But yes, I am thinking about going live early tomorrow morning. About 7:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time with Euro Truck Simulator 2. I think it's going to be something chill that I can live stream. And for anyone that's new or been a part of the channel, it's finally something that I think I did a ASMR video on it a long time ago, but now with 160, I'm going to go ahead and bring it back, and we'll do some long hauls in the morning. So, coffee and trucking, I think, is the plan. What do you guys think? Oh, I've got American Truck Sim too if you want to do some multiplayer. You know? I've you know what? I'll do some American Truck Sim in the morning. I'll do some trucking with you as long as you can use the CB. Gonna be running a cranky hollers in the morning. Maybe I'll gather some of the crew for a morning stream. But I think American Truck Sim sounds like a done deal. God, where is this locomotive at? Oh, it's slowly getting here. Yeah, that's the problem. I have all the DLCs for American Truck Sim to where I can go all over. I don't like being in one area of the US at a time. So I'm gonna go live with one of those two games. Ah, here comes 1900 into the station right on cue. But yeah, I really do want to stream Euro Truck Simulator 2 since I just bought all the DLCs for them. So we'll probably start a run either in Germany or in I'm trying to think if I even started a run last time when I was on with my buddy Stig in Midwest. I think I'm still in France, so we'll probably be picking up a run from France and going to either Switzerland or Turkey or to Greece and just do like a long haul morning run. Is what I think I'm gonna do. And there's 1900 pulling right into the station. God, that is majestic pulling up. But I guess this is where I'm going to wrap up the stream. I'm going to say goodnight to everyone that came out to watch tonight. And I will see you guys in the morning with a Euro Truck Simulator 2 live stream. That's my final thing. Good night. I hope you guys have a good rest of your nights. And I will see you for a Saturday morning stream.